Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, coming at you with my 4th part of my team building series. I've done 3 so far, and this one is going to be sort of a build on of another one. So I'm going to link that one here somewhere. And that one was an ABB team. So go watch that one first because it explains what ABB means. And basically, I'll just give you the short version here is that you have 2 Pokemon in the back that share typing. The first Pokemon is defeats the weaknesses of the back line. So you draw out the weakness. You switch into one of the Bs, draw out the weakness. That goes down. You come in, beat it with your A, and then your last B takes the match. But I'm playing Ultra League right now, and I'm seeing a lot more ABA lines. And ABA lines, a lot of the time people did not use them because what would happen is if you would lose the lead, you either have to go down and then come in with your B, or you would try and switch out to your B. But then if you switch out and they switch out, then you automatically lose. So what I think is happening is that people are adapting their ABA strategy. And I'm gonna so first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the concept, but in a way that does not work. So in the first example, you have Machamp, Galarian Stunfisk, and Sirfetch'd. So your Machamp and your Sirfetch'd are weak to Charm and Psychic, which your Galarian Stunfisk will resist. I realized as I did this right now, like Hypno would run through this team if Hypno had Fire Punch, but let's just ignore that anyways. But the main concept, like for a Charm, so like if you run up against a Charmer, this is easy that your Galarian Stunfisk could wall. But the problem with this lineup is you don't have anything in the lead that can deal with your like Charmers or even like your Psychic. And what would happen is you need a Pokemon in the lead that can at least hang in there to a certain extent. Because the problem with this lineup is Machamp would just get demolished by a Charmer or a Psychic, like a Hypno. And then you would do like very, very little damage. You then come with your Galarian Stunfisk and they'd switch out. So you need something in the lead that will do enough damage to make it that it's not even worth leaving for them. Or if they do leave, they're low enough that your other A can take them out. So I'm going to give you 3 examples of teams that would work in this and go over the concept and why they would work. So the first one is Azu, Skarmory, and Swampert. And basically you have your double waters, right? You have a water in the front, you have a water in the back. But the water in the front is extremely tanky and has access to Ice Beam, which most people run. So having that, like if you see Swampert's main weakness is obviously like grass, like a Venusaur, you just get absolutely destroyed. So having a Azu on the front, if you see the Venusaur on the lead, you can take, for the most part, as long as it's not like a Shadow, and I think you probably survive a Shadow too, you can take Frenzy Plant, and you're going to get off an Ice Beam. And the Ice Beam will do either significant chip damage, that it will only take 1 Hydro to take out, or you're going to grab a Shield before they go. So you're either going to get Shield or Switch, and then you can just kind of match down Shields. So the best case scenario there is you lose with your Azu, even in an even shield matchup with super low health or a shield advantage. And then you come in with your Skarmory, take out the Venusaur, and then assume they're not going to have another grass in the back, so your Swampert can roam free. So that's kind of how you need to build these teams. You need to build common typings, but enough variation, enough either two things. You either build it with a front Pokemon that can at least throw super effective moves. I'm going to show you another one coming up here. Or you neutralize the typings, which I'm not going to show here, but like going with an Empoleon instead. Well, not in this example because you have Skarmory 2, which is also half steel, but going with Empoleon, which would then take neutral to grass, is another way to go. I actually hold that thought because that's my 3rd example. So in this next example, we're going to go with Gfisk, Jellicent, and Escav. And it's my buddy who actually just texted me that he ran into this lineup and he was so surprised by it, which kind of gave me the idea for the video. because you have Galarian Stunfisk in lead, which is weak to fire. Like, so basically you share a steel weakness in the front and the back. So you're weak to fire, but Galarian Stunfisk has the rock slide. So if you run into a Talonflame, you're going to be able to throw super effective rock slides at it. Similarly, if you're a fighter, if you see a fighter in the lead, you'll lose, but you would probably get off an Earthquake, so at least do chip damage there, and then Jellicent can deal with it. And then Escab is half bug, so it will take neutral to the fighting. So that's kind of how so double steel strategy, both weak to fire. Galarian Stunfisk can deal with the fire with rock slides. Jellicent as your punish to your fire there. And the last one I got from Oxford U, who posted a short on this, and it's Articuno, Giratina Altered, and Lapras. And basically same concept. So both of them are A's, both A's are ice. Ice is weak to fighting and fire. So Articuno is also half flying, so that neutralizes your fighting. So that makes it neutral to fighting. And then your Lapras is half water, so that neutralizes your water. So that's the way you can like share a common typing, but still be able to sort of neutralize your weaknesses is by doing like a double typing. And that's why I give the example of Empoleon, because Empoleon's half steel, so that's sort of the same thing. You're weak to fighting still with the steel. Sorry, these are ice, but the example I gave before was that your Empoleon was half steel, weak to fighting, but neutralizes the fire because it's half water. So these are becoming, I think, more relevant because I think ABB teams are just becoming too obvious. Like the other day I showed, not the other day, I guess I'm posting this later, but in the Ultra League I showed how I called out Double Charmer because they had a good lead and they switched into their Sylveon because it's just very obvious. You need to make that switch. So ABB lines are kind of more obvious. So if you're staying in with like a neutralist to like a soft loss matchup in the lead, it's not as obvious that it's an ABA line. So that's why ABA lines kind of work. So yeah, that's it. A little shorter video than the other ones because I don't have any battle examples because I just decided to make this on the sort of spur of the moment. But that's how I would do ABA lines. I prefer, out of the 4 teams that I've made so far, I prefer the balanced approach the best. Cover your weaknesses. Your A is sort of like an ABC. A and C cover each other's weaknesses, and B is your safe swap. So that's kind of how I like running my teams. But ABA, I think, has a lot of play. Again, you just need something that doesn't get absolutely destroyed in the lead, because then if they're smart, they will switch out when you come in with your B. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopes this helps. Appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.